Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Brown Power Hour. I'm your host, Juice. I'm here with my co-host, Reen. If you are white, you're welcome to come, but come in peace. If not, have homies from the hood kick your ass out. What's going on, Reen?
If you got him, smoke him. Good. How are you?
Can't complain, but, I'm alive. My city's not totally burned down yet.
Yeah, well, you had some close, rioting going on in your neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Some activity there.
Couple miles from my work, yeah.
So crazy, man.
Protest is supposed to happen literally across the street from my work on Saturday, which I will be working on Saturday. Luckily, I will be leaving around the time that it's supposed to happen. And I'm pretty sure I'll make it pretty safe because it's supposed to be a mostly Hispanic protest in my neck of the woods, and I ain't counting on beaners to be on time, so I think I'll be good. I don't give a shit, people. I don't give a shit during this time. Yes, I'm still going to be calling Mexicans beaners. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be politically correct this time, especially with my people. I have many problems. Don't give me that this is not the time bullshit. I will put this on record. Reen, I know you got your issues too, especially with I don't want to say your people because it's a little different in the monolith of Asian people or whatever, but we've had our grievances as of late.
Yeah, it's just horrible. I haven't seen internal beef going on with with our side as much. I know that Japanese people haven't come out and supported anything. I haven't heard anything. K-pop fans are on the loose and running wild, but that's a diverse group in the first place. So yeah, I'm just really disappointed. Although there was a lady that put shit all over herself. I think she was from China though. I don't know if she's a TikTok star or whatever, but she thought it was a good idea to put shit all over herself for the movement. But yeah, other than that.
For people that don't know, Reen is not, she's not speaking in slang or in code. She literally covered herself in feces. She's not saying shit as in things. She literally covered herself in feces.
I don't. Yeah, that's not it, man. Come on. Especially China. And yeah, I tweeted something. Maybe I offended people, but still, you already talk, you're eating nasty shit in the first place. It's possible, the pandemic was started for that reason. I don't know. I'm not trying to point fingers. It's just, we're not sure. And then there's this TikTok star was shit. Come on, can we do better? I don't understand.
You're not pointing fingers, but you will point the chopsticks.
I don't understand. I don't get it. It was great seeing Amish people come out for all this and Batman. And then here's this Asian broad.
I thought using broad. People, you need some of this in your life because don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. Do not get us wrong because Reen and I are 99.9% on the same page. These protests are good. It is for a good cause. It is things we support. But you're not, at the end of the day, there's also a battle going on for free speech right now. And I am not giving up my free speech rights, whether that's for Reen to talk shit about Asian people or for me to talk bad about Mexicans. We're still going to do our stuff because there's still a lot of work to be done within the community as well.
Yes.
It's good that people are coming together in solidarity for the most part. There are bad actors on all sides, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, and everything else. And hopefully these people get weeded out, and hopefully black people have their actual turn to speak. They will continue to have that. Yeah. There's no other way to go about it, just to be a little honest and a tiny bit morbid. This is civil unrest. It's not just about George Floyd. It's not just about Black Lives Matter. This is civil unrest, and it's hard to know where it will go or what will come of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My heart tells me not good things, but there's always a possibility that
Yeah.
things get enacted, that there's actual progress in this, and at this point we can only hope for the best. So
Yeah.
there's many things I've had in my mind as of late regarding this, and I don't want to make this episode about that because
Right.
you can't go anywhere online and not see something new. It's not just about this; it's about something new, some other police brutality, some other controversy, some Karen or Kyle going wild somewhere. But we're here to say we support you guys,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
but we're still gonna talk our shit.
Yeah. I mean, don't get it twisted. Like behind the scenes, man, we're always communicating and just going through all of this. You know, we may be talking shit here and we might be talking shit online or whatever, but behind the scenes, we are concerned with what's going on following this and, fully support it like G said. So, yeah, but we ain't gonna change. I'm like, sorry. Like, man, because I don't know. Maybe we should stop talking about it and just continue.
Well, I will say one last thing regarding just what we talk about and what, just how we are. I've been seeing a lot of that lately, even before all the protests and all that. People kind of be like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that." And I always just see it a lot online, and I always tell people like, "Hey, you got a sense of humor. Clearly, keep it, man, because we don't know what the future holds. We don't know what fucking tomorrow holds. We really need it right now. So, whatever makes you laugh about anything going on, hey, go for it, man." Like to the point, like just as a small, this is something you showed me, Reen, but just as a little anecdote, I think this is a perfect example. I have not been in favor of the looters. I do not think looting accomplishes anything, and I think it weakens the movement, and it definitely hurts people in the community, black and brown people. But I'm not gonna lie and say when Reen DM'd me this video of a black dude in Chicago who stole a police horse, that I wasn't fucking dying. That shit was hysterical beyond words. And it's things like that. And of course, in the first days of the riots and the protests, people breaking into Planet Fitness to get a workout because we're still under quarantine. Like, there's been some funny shit that has popped out of this, and we need to appreciate those moments too. Yeah.
There was one. I'm sorry. There was one. I think it was some dude eating someone's ass.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, is that real? It can't be real.
I
didn't investigate it further. I did see it circulating again, but I didn't investigate it any further, so I'm not sure. But I've seen some shit, man.
I do not think that's real because if I remember correctly, what the little thing said on the where the city was supposed to be in Minneapolis. And although they're going wild out there, it's still the Midwest. They still have a sense of decorum. They're supposed to be like the goody two shoes type people. If now had that happened in West LA, in West Hollywood or something, would not be at all surprised. Would not be at all surprised. That's a different subject.
Oh, it's funny.
I can say that I live close to West Hollywood.
That shit's so funny. But yeah, interesting. Anyways, I just want to say, like, I've been like checking out K-pop stands, what they're doing, and I've commented on some of their posts. So I don't know if you guys are here. If you happen to just click on the link or listening, if you are, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I support what you guys are doing. Continue to kick ass. Just wanted to drop that.
You know what? We did not discuss this off the show, but can we make them? I mean, I guess it's just a monolith of K-pop stands. Can we make them the player haters of the week? Like,
I think we should.
I mean, they're trolling like fucking crazy right now. I mean, I guess you could say it's for a good cause. I mean, I'm laughing about it. It's funny.
Yeah, they keep hijacking all these like hashtags that racist white people are, creating. They're trying to drown out the movement, the actual messages with these hashtags, and yeah, K-pop stands are all over it. They're like posting all these videos of their favorite K-pop stars. Some of them are really entertaining. I was like, oh my God, I had no clue that they could dance so well. And the singing, I can't understand it, but it sounds pretty cool.
All that Dance Revolution really came into handy.
Right? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Crazy, man. And that anonymous account, like, it blew up. I think it had like 3 million followers at one point. And then when this all started, it's blown up to like maybe 7 million now. They're like following them and following orders. And it's a revolution, man. It really is. The digital revolution.
Yeah, in more ways than one, and it's global. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think, just to not go completely off the rails, we will probably end it here as far as this goes. And like, who knows?
Bravo.
Honestly, who the fuck knows by the time that not even by the time this show is posted, by the time that this show is done recording, we're going to go offline and we're going to figure some other crazy ass shit out. But
I know.
This is what we know now. This is what we know now on Thursday evening. And hopefully the world's not too much different by the time you guys listen to this. So thank you guys for joining us. This is the iFox and Juice podcast. Again, I am Juice. She is my co-host, Reen. We have fights to talk about. There were some fights last week. There's a pay-per-view this weekend. A few headlines and many matchups. So let's stop fucking around. Let's get into it with the rewind of the UFC Apex card from last weekend. Before we get into the fights, I had a question, Reen. I know this is nothing new. This has basically been the norm for the last 3 months of having events in empty arenas. But did you get a different sense, or did you like it, or did it matter to you, or anything regarding having fights at the Apex because it's so much smaller? And obviously that's the place where they've had some of the Ultimate Fighter fights and the Contender Series fights. Like, did it feel different at all to you? Did you like it? Did you care? Did you even notice it?
I noticed more like talking. And, you can hear them breathing and just a lot more action, it seemed like, because it is smaller.
That's right. I didn't even think about that as I brought it up to you. Yes, they have a smaller cage because it is a tiny, I can't even call it an arena. It's just like, it's almost like a gymnasium.
Yeah, so it seemed like every fight, the action was just, it's constant. There's something always going on. I still dig it now. Like, I thought it would be weird at first, watching the fights in an empty arena. I kind of like this like coziness with the Apex.
Yeah, even with the empty arenas, it does feel different this time, huh? In the Apex, it's a different vibe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I dig it.
To me, it almost feels like, I don't want to say this to say like that the fights suck, but it almost feels like a sparring session. It almost feels like you're seeing them fight in their gym, because that's like the size of like a decent gym. Like, I'm sure Jackson's or some of these Alliance, I'm sure their gym's probably as big as that Apex.
You're right, like a smoker.
yeah, a little bit.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, Dana should just go full out. He should just bring a fog machine,
For real.
Give us a different experience. Fuck it.
Right? Just play with it. It's small enough you can just experiment and see what works. And not really like spend a whole bunch of money. Like they're already in a good spot as it is.
Well, Dana's saving all his money for a certain island and not for Jon Jones. But we're gonna get into that in a bit after we get through all this. So yeah, I just wanted to ask you that because it's something that I was thinking basically like since the moment I saw it. I'm like, huh? Even in the empty arena stage, this is still different. It's kind of cool. Anyway, the first fight we talked about last week, Luis Smolka and Casey Kenny. Luis Smolka, it was a interesting fight. It was a kind of competitive fight while it lasted. But Casey Kenny has made some pretty decent improvements, and he ended up finishing Smolka with a beautiful guillotine, pretty brutal guillotine actually. I kind of alluded to this last week that it could be like a competitive fight or it can be like a kind of a flashy finish. I guess it was more the latter. What did you think of Kenny, and what did you think of Smolka's performance?
I think I said that it would probably go the distance, but it didn't. I loved it. It was competitive, like you said. Smolka looked great. He was countering. He was landing body shots. He was actually doing really great up until he made a mistake. But initially I noticed is like Kenny, he was attacking the leg immediately. As soon as that round started, he was like attacking the leg, and you can see that it was bothering Smolka. what was it? He was attacking and then he landed. Was it a right or a left? He
I think it was the
landed.
right hand. I think it was the right
Yes.
hand. Yeah.
Yes. Wobbled him a little bit. Yeah. He just got caught in that guillotine.
The killer instinct of Kenny too, because the way that Smoka played it off well. There's times where people get hit and it's clear that they're fucked up and you go in for the kill. The way that Smoka played it off, like it kind of just, if you didn't know any better, you kind of just looked like he was going for a takedown. But he smelt it. He knew that was a desperation takedown, that he was really hurt and he needed to regroup, and he capitalized on it. It kind of reminded me of Showtime Pettis and Gilbert Melendez, where Showtime kind of got him with like a short right hook that it landed, but we weren't quite sure if it wobbled him or not. Melendez went for a sloppy takedown, and Showtime went for a guillotine and submitted him. Like, very similar, very quick, and almost the same transition. It was a beautiful finish. I was very impressed with Kenny, and I think he's finally putting it together now. The thing is, I don't know about Smoka now. It kind of sucks to say, but it's not that he's like on this bad losing streak or nothing. I don't know. I think he's just gonna be this inconsistent guy, like win one, lose one, win two, lose one, win one, lose two type thing.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he did really look good up until that moment. I mean, he was chopping his legs down. Smoka was hurt. You can tell his footwork right up until that point was just dwindling. He wasn't moving as great as he was when he was landing those like power shots, those body shots. He was like landing 21-4 or something in comparison to Kenny with those body shots. So
yeah,
it was nuts. And then just the tide changed and amazing. It was a great fight. I don't know if Smoke was done yet. I mean, he's still showing improvement, but you're probably right. It's just he might be that guy. Win one, lose one. Win one, lose one.
And I mean, that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. There's guys like Clay Guida. He's been in the UFC for God knows how long, and he's still that same guy. Like, that's who he was 10 years ago. That's who he was now. Sure, there was a year or two where he was probably like a contender, but other than that, he was kind of that guy. Shit, Nate Diaz, one of the biggest stars in the UFC, is that guy. Wins two, loses one. Wins one, loses one.
Yeah, so he'll be around for a while. Like a fan favorite too, I think.
Yeah, he's very exciting, and he's Hawaiian. Seems like Hawaiians kind of got like a base of their own, the Max Holloway stands, and plenty of Hawaiian fighters. It was like going back since like BJ Penn. The Hawaiians show out for their people.
Yep.
Next up, Daniel Rodriguez took on Gabriel Green in the last minute fight, and man, was it fun as hell. I was so impressed by Gabriel Green's toughness. I knew he had some power. I knew he was kind of a brawler based on the little that I'd seen before him coming to the UFC. Mm-hmm. But I did not expect him to be that tough, man. And Rodriguez too. I mean, he took some licks too, and he's definitely not just a brawler. He could take it. He showed it in the Means fight, and now he's showing that he's definitely that guy. He will take one and give one, and he's gonna be standing there. I was very impressed by both guys, but especially Rodriguez, because he came out on top, and it was a pretty convincing victory.
You know what? I didn't really watch that fight. That one I didn't watch because it wasn't mentioned.
You know what? I think when it happened, when I turned on the TV, that was the one that was on, and I was like, I did want to watch it, and I put it on, and holy shit, it's a barn burner. I totally forgot we didn't. Yeah, I totally forgot. We didn't officially put it on the docket, but yeah, Rain, you should watch it. We'll probably even talk about it next week, just as a little hey, by the way, because it was a really, really good fight. But in case you didn't know this, because I didn't know this, I watched the fight. Maybe it'll intrigue you a little bit more. Daniel Rodriguez trains with Joe Schilling, and with Cowboy. I think he lives at the BMF Ranch.
Oh, it makes sense then.
Yeah, and he's he definitely has that style, kind of like both of them.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Good for him.
I honestly think this was the fight of the night. I don't know if it got that honor or the check, but it was a really good fight.
Wow. Okay, I gotta watch that one then.
Yeah. And yeah, for you guys, if you guys didn't watch it, strong recommendation. That was a really good fight. Next up, Katlyn Chookagian. Man, did she get her revenge on one of the Shevchenko sisters? All the shit that she couldn't do to Valentina, she did on Antonina. And I kind of thought this was possibly kind of how it may play out, but I did not think it would be this one-sided. I thought Antonina would have a good round, maybe a round and a half, and she had nothing.
Nothing at all. You know what? I was thinking how it kind of reminded me of the Roxy fight, only that Caitlyn was able to close the distance faster than Roxy, not get tagged as much. Like, she was immediately in her face and didn't give her an inch. Got her down and just beat the shit out of her.
Yeah, because Roxy, as a cute and innocent as she may look, she's a bit of a scrapper. Like she doesn't mind throwing down. That wasn't the case years ago, but now she doesn't mind you punching her in the face a little bit because she's got a little power. She got a little pop in her hands, and she knows she's gonna get you done eventually. But Caitlyn, she just played it smart. I think if she went to the kickboxing route, she could have had some decent success, but she didn't even fuck with it. She was like, nope, taking her down. I know she ain't got shit here, and she didn't.
Yeah. I thought it was strange though, like on the second round, Antonina went with the same game plan, like throwing kicks. It didn't work the first round. She's going to take you down somehow once you start kicking like that. And that's what she did. She capitalized as soon as she threw that kick. Like, she just, all right, move forward, get her up against the cage. And she did that the first round and the second round. I thought she was going to change it up a little bit. Finally, the third round, she changed up the game plan and just started using her hands. So that was cool. They were like brawling. I like that.
And Caitlyn, it's also partly on Caitlyn because she entertained her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's like, oh, fuck it, I'll stand with you. But she didn't have to.
No, no, and I love that she had that confidence to stand with her, and she was throwing elbows. I love that. I was smiling when she was doing that because she's doing it against a TIE fighter.
Yeah, she's smart, man. I think she just knew, like, look, if
she
this
got
is a Muay Thai fight, I'm done. Like, I don't have a chance. But I just took her down for 10, 12 minutes straight. She has no gas. She has no confidence. I could do whatever I want to her.
Yeah, she played with her. Oh, my God. That was good on her, man, because I picked Antonina. But the way she, like, performed, I was like, damn, she beat her ass.
And what was it, the last 30 seconds where Chukagian just went full fucking, like, Aspen Ladd on her ass? And was just,
yes. Brutal, man. So, yeah, amazing fight. That was good.
Did you see that picture of Antonina after the fight?
Yes.
Looked like she'd been at one of the protests.
God damn it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Look, a little too close now.
Yeah, she looked rough, man.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, yeah, the jokes of her getting scratched up by a cat. I said that it looked like she spent all weekend smoking meth. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy too, especially because like Chukagian didn't like break her nose or give her a black eye or nothing. It was just these glove marks just all over the place. She was just kept touching her up, man.
Yeah. So I don't know where Antonina's going to go because it just seems like she's just the same fighter. She's the same one.
Here's another thing. I don't know if you consider. Do you think that if Valentina was there, anything could have changed? Because she wasn't there in her corner.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. Maybe that's why.
I noticed it right away, and
yeah.
The fact that you didn't hear all the way,
yes,
is a big sign that she's not there. But I knew when she came out, I'm like, where is she? I'm like, maybe she's hiding in the back somewhere. But when they were fighting, I didn't hear no weighing, so I'm like, oh yeah, she's not there.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she was in the back and she just couldn't come out to the cage, but she was not there. She was not there cage side.
Oh, okay. Because I think I was just in deep thought about how this looks so similar with the Roxy fight. I was just like, what? This almost is similar. It's just Caitlin's faster and she's not getting tagged.
Yeah, and I forgot that you had picked Antonina. I'm kind of glad I did go with my prediction because I was like, I know Shevchenko's good, but she's not her sister and she's not a grappler, and I don't see how she can. I didn't think Chukagian would grapple this much, but I thought, I'm like, she grapples just enough with her, there's gonna be trouble for her, and she went with the smartest game plan. And that was another thing I said about Mark Henry. I was like, Chukagian's a Mark Henry girl. Mark Henry does not like to fuck around. Like, he's definitely a guy that I know he takes his losses hard, and he's gonna do everything possible to train her to get back on the winning column.
Yeah, good fight, Antonina. Good luck again. Maybe you should change camps. I don't know. Maybe it's just too much. She has one coach, right? It's her husband, and he trains both of them.
Wait. That old dude is Antonina's husband?
Yeah.
What's his name? Pavel, the main coach of Antonina, right?
Yeah, that's her husband.
What the hell? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well,
They
then
go
again,
everywhere.
okay.
It's just a strange relationship, but I'm not going to say anything more.
Yeah, then again, I've heard rumors about Valentina and Antonina not being actual sisters, but that's something else. I don't know. I just know they look nothing alike. But
Right.
that's neither here nor there. Another female fight. Mama Dern is back, but man, for such a spectacular finish, what an unspectacular performance from her. Cyphers is a fucking mad dog, man. She showed me everything that, all the shit that she does. She's a scrapper through and through. But Dern, that jiu-jitsu, man, you can't fuck with it. And I think, well, definitely in this case with Cyphers, it was obvious that she got overconfident because she was winning. But you have to get up. If you get on the ground with Dern, you have to get the hell out of there. You need to look for the fucking life jacket.
Yeah. Well, I thought Dern looked great. She looked great too.
Oh,
She
physically,
looked
yes.
really fit. I guess she was like 116 pounds. She was walking around at 116 during media, doing all her media. Yeah, she looked phenomenal. I thought she looked great on the feet. Damn, she could hit hard. I don't know. I thought she looked great. I mean, it was a hard fight with Hibas, the last fight she had. So I didn't know how she would perform, but I think she looked really great.
But Cyphers was muscling her. She was like woman handling her in the clinch and landed that big knee in the face. And
Hannah's good though. Hannah's good though. She just doesn't get enough credit. Maybe because she's been
small.
losing and she's small, but she's amazing. I love Hannah.
I'd love to see her, and I'm not saying this that like I don't think she's worthy, but maybe just because I'm such a WMMA nerd. I'd love to see her in Invicta. Like, same thing with Antonina. I know she's a good fighter, but it's for different reasons. Antonina, I'd like to see in Invicta because I'd like to see what she can do. With Cyphers, I think she can actually be like a champion. I think she could beat all these girls. Yeah. And especially in Invicta, they're a little scrappier, so I think we'd be in for some fun fights, especially if it'd be at atom weight.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, that fight isn't really balanced there because of that size difference and
Dern is so big. I know she was on weight and stuff, but she's still, again, as we said last week, she's a thick girl in more ways than one.
Mm-hmm. And then just once you get on the ground, then it's over. She's an ace. But yeah, I'm very impressed with her. I talked so much shit in the past. I'm serious, man. I'm really impressed with her. I'm like, this is Mama Dern. She's fighting for something else. She's fighting for her child because she's been an ace for years. She grew up with, training jiu-jitsu constantly. I thought she would come in here with the same motivation, but no, she's been doing it for so long. So she didn't have that drive. I feel now that she has this, renewed drive, I'm like, okay, this looks good. Look at her body, look at how she performed and she got a finish. Awesome.
I will never stop giving you shit for that, by the way, because I was the one what if she becomes a mom, she's not motivated, and you're the one poo-pooing it. You're the mom here. You're the parent.
I wasn't even the mom hater. It's just I don't see her going anywhere else. She's at the top of her game for I don't know how long in her world. Is she going to take this seriously? Because not a lot of them really perform as well, right? It's hard. You have to take many steps to be competitive, and then look at her. She turned it around.
I think it's different too, just as far as the landscape goes, because she is a woman, because there's so many great black belts, so many world-class black belts in the men's divisions. There's really not that many in the female divisions. It's basically her and Gabby Garcia, and she beat her, and she's never gonna fight Gabby Garcia. There's not these world-class girls, world-class black belts in women's MMA. Yeah. It seems like most of them are kickboxers.
Yeah.
So she really had the leg up, and that's kind of what I thought.
Right.
I said it a little bit in jest with oh, what if Mama Dern gets real motivated? Because I'm like, well, yeah, she got so far in jiu-jitsu. She's very talented, naturally talented, but she worked hard at it. But I'm like, she has a kid. She wants to make more money. She wants to become a champion. Yeah, that's some pretty good motivation there. So that's kind of why I said, although I said it a little bit condescendingly, I did think that maybe she could do something. And also, I'm not gonna lie, when she put that leg lock on, I kind of screamed. That was bad. It was nasty.
Yeah.
Good on Cyphers, man, because I know when she tapped out, she was just disappointed, like shit, I shouldn't have tapped out, but that was gross. That she needed to tap out right away. No shame in that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was horrible. Just that transition, everything, like you already saw it coming. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
She like an anaconda.
I'm usually not that confident that people are like, oh, she's gonna get the leg lock, she's gonna get that. Like, I'm usually not that one. I'm like, she's gonna slip out, she's gonna slip out. But when she got on the ground, I was like, I felt like watching like a female Paul Harris. I'm like, oh fuck, she's fucked. She's fucked.
Right?
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Nope. Tap.
Mm-hmm. And again, like Paul Harris, she's big and strong. So yeah.
Yeah, she knows how to use that weight.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, she does. In more ways than one. I see you, Mama. I'll take you and your smile. I don't give a shit. The smile. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just because I'm an asshole, but the smile bugs me sometimes. A lot of the times, to be honest. She smiles too much. I can't take a woman that smiles that much. It's unnatural.
But he was his cute. She smiles all the time too.
Yeah, maybe I'm just a hypocrite. I don't know. Maybe it's because she's American. She's not really Brazilian, you know? Hivas is actually Brazilian.
Oh, gotcha. That Brazilian charm and the innocence she got going on.
Also, I think Dern reminds me of a teacher I knew in high school who smiled all the goddamn time, and I am absolutely convinced. I was convinced then, and I'm convinced now that she was snorting Zoloft like 24/7 because she was way too goddamn happy all the time. She was an art teacher too. I was like, you must be on some shit, man. Like you were just way too happy. But anyway,
popping Xanax.
Anyway, moving on. Roosevelt Roberts put on a masterclass against Brock Weaver, who came in overweight, and
people are shitting on him.
You know what, Reed? I'm gonna let you start because I'm just gonna let you start here.
Everyone's shitting on him. And then I think Roberts got mad too.
Oh, he was not fucking around, dude.
Yeah, because he missed weight, and he's just like, how you gonna come in there? You missing weight and have all this paint on your headdress, like, you missed weight. How you gonna come in there like that? Like he was like talking about that. Like, that's so unprofessional, Yeah. He was so mad. I
feel him there, man.
Yeah, and then people are talking shit about. Fuck you can't even make weight, abusing dogs. And I saw a lot of that.
The fucking dog fighting asshole.
I saw a lot of that floating around as soon as that info was released that he missed weight. Like everybody's like shitting on him.
Yeah, man. He fucked up. He fucked up. He got a win, he owned it. It was not a win with the disqualification. He was getting his ass beat. Bad way to go. But then you come in their next fight, you're supposed to redeem yourself against a bad motherfucker, as now people I think are starting to realize Roosevelt Roberts. He is a bad motherfucker and came in overweight. And I don't know, I've only seen his 2 fights in UFC. I haven't seen anything prior to it. But I think it's just showing that Brock Weaver's kind of just like a poor man's Mike Perry.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, you're right. Yeah,
I know. I didn't want to say. I still like the guy. He's still a character, and but yeah, I don't know how motivated he is. I don't know if he's got other stuff he's struggling with.
Yeah, because his coaches were like, "Don't get mad, don't get mad." I'm like, is that something that frequently happens? Like, because he was getting frustrated.
Well, yeah, because man, Roosevelt, I've been a big fan of Roosevelt Roberts. I thought this dude was very promising. As I said last week, I seen him on the regional scene. I think I've said that like every time he's come on the show as far as talking about him. And I was impressed with him on the regional scene because I'm like, okay, he's smart. He's smart and he knows what to do to win. And I got respect for people like that, especially if you're on the come up. Clearly you have aspirations to become a contender, a champion, and I respect that. But the way he just put it on Weaver, it was clinical, but he also was hood with it. The way he was talking shit, and that's when I really started loving the Apex. Like you could hear everything. Like, come on, boy, what you got? Like it was just, I felt like I was watching some Twitter shit, like straight up Wolfstar shit. Like, damn, like this dude is for real. And I was like, oh my god, I love dudes like that. He kind of reminds me of like, yeah, that's the reason I love Max Holloway so much. Max Holloway is an incredibly intelligent fighter, but he's hood as hell. And that's how Robert struck me too. Like, oh, trust me, he was mad, but he did not let his anger get in the way of whooping his ass in a decisive, clinical fashion.
Oh yeah, he said he liked that if an opponent gets him like that, like he loves that. It feels him.
Oh yeah,
so, yeah, he loved that. The next time around too.
He was talking about it too with the post-fight like interview and talking about his tattoo. Like, yeah, it's about money and like back to my street days and shit. It's like, oh, and he kind of caught himself too. Like, oh, shouldn't be talking about that shit. I'm like, oh, that's a real G right there.
Yeah, respect, right. Homie. 14 years old with the tattoo.
Yeah, homies for real, man.
He's been around. He's been around the block.
Mm-hmm. Love that dude, man. Love that dude.
Yeah. Character. Yep.
I think he's gonna go places. I really think he can be a legitimate contender. I really do.
Yeah, same. Love that dude.
It might take a while, but yeah. And then he called out what was his name? I forget.
Matt Frivola.
Frivola, yeah, because I guess they had like a close fight, right?
They were supposed to fight or something. He still got beat with them, but not really. But yeah, that still motivates him. But he has somebody else in mind. And he did kind of mention it too. He was asking his coach, like, can I reveal the name? It's really exciting. Coach was like, no. So they're like, yeah, no, not right now. And there goes another name. So I'm like, what is that? If it's exciting for him, and he's all like lightning, big old smile about it. Like, who's he talking about?
I don't know who his coaches or managers are, but I think they are handling it well because seeing his personality and the way he performs, he definitely thinks he could beat anybody. And, that hood mentality he has, I'm sure he'll fight anybody anywhere. But I think they're telling him, like, dude, calm down. Like, you'll get there. You'll get there.
Yeah. Love that energy. Awesome.
Yeah. He's a guy to watch out for. So remember the name, folks. Another bad motherfucker, although in a very different way. Billy Quarantillo. Still can't say his name right. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get that one right, but yeah, he won. I guess I don't know if it was controversial, but definitely a close decision over Spike Carlisle. Was it close?
I don't know what I was watching, man.
What do you mean?
It was such a wild fight.
Well, you have this brawler in Carlisle who knows nothing else but forward, and this Quarantillo guy who's just tough and tenacious as shit. Like, I think he knew coming into that, like, I'm gonna get my ass beat for 5 minutes, but I can take it. And another reason, like, I as I said, when I saw his, did you ever end up catching his first fight, or do you remember his first fight, the one I told you about last week?
No, I didn't.
I think you should watch it now, especially because that's the only thing I saw. I'm like, man, this kid's aggressive. Like, he's tough. He's pretty good. But what they were saying on the broadcast about that this was a catch weight and that basically Spike is the one that brought it up, and he basically said like, yeah, cool. And he didn't do it as like a thing like, oh, I'm being a nice guy and fuck it, I don't want to cut weight either. We'll do like a mutual thing for both of us. He said it like, nah, because he's basically showing me that he can't make weight. He's showing me that he can't go through with it. And I know I got cardio and I know he doesn't. So this is going to work for me. It's like, damn, dude, like he has that much confidence in himself and his toughness and his cardio. And I'm like, all right, you just showed your hand. Like, I know, as long as I don't get knocked out, I know I'm going to beat your ass.
That was chaotic from the start. And I was wondering when Spike's cardio was going to go. He was just like constantly just going, getting out of submissions. He's exploding out constantly. I'm like, where is he getting all this strength and cardio from? It was just nonstop. What was wild to me though was the end of the first round when he just like got up and walked away.
Oh yeah.
He didn't even fight through the bell.
My mom
almost got knocked out.
My mom saw that. She was like not paying that much attention, but she saw him get up and like basically cold clock him. And my mom's like, what? What the fuck? I was like, no, it's legal. Like, his dumbass left too early. Like, he's being an idiot.
He didn't even fight through the bell. And then, like, they come back to the broadcast and DC's laughing. He's like, dude, he practically went for a walk. Like,
yeah, because you see people that they do that, like, okay, they'll wait a few seconds and then just leave the guy alone. But it's usually like 2 to 3 seconds. Like, all right, they're on the floor, they're not gonna get up. All right, I'll just leave him here. I'll I got like 2 seconds to go. But he basically went at the 10-second mark. Like, he thought the was the bell, and he just took off.
It was wild. I was cracking up. He went for a walk. You're right. I was crying when I saw that part. I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna get knocked out. He almost did.
And props to Billy, because I know myself, and I think many fighters too. If they were in that situation, they'd be like, shit, wait, is the fight over? Is it like, sometimes you don't know, because it's like, wait, why is he doing this? You kind of get in your own head about it, But he's like, wait, bell's didn't ring. Fuck that. He just socked him.
Good on him. Shit, that's his fault. He walked away. Man, that's so wild. What a wild fight. Entertaining fight. Wild.
It kind of reminded me, although it wasn't this idiotic, but it kind of reminded me of, remember when Pajares tried to submit Nate Marquardt, and then he tried to accuse him of greasing, and he just got socked in the face?
Oh my god.
Remember that shit?
Jesus Christ.
It kind of reminded me of that, although the Pajares was a way bigger idiot than
God. That guy. I don't even know where he is. Juicing somewhere. Sorry. Silverback gorilla somewhere now.
I'd like to see Pajares fight a gorilla. I think it'd be an interesting. I think it'd be a competitive fight.
I don't know who to put my money on. Like,
it'd have to be a little gorilla, but still.
I don't know, man. I feel bad for the gorilla. He got like his kneecaps fucked up or something.
Still, one of my favorite memes of all time on MMA Twitter is a picture of Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump with his no legs, and it says Pajares. Yeah, I met him once.
Oh shit! I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was like years ago, but it's a classic. To me, that's probably my favorite MMA meme.
Oh my god, I gotta search for it. I'll Google it. I'll find it. I always find shit.
Last thing on this fight, what did you think of? So is Spike still your alpha ginger?
No, man. When he walked away, I almost got knocked out. I'm like, oh no.
You're like pointing and laughing and shit.
Yes, I'm like, oh no, you're that guy.
You dumbass.
You're that one.
So
I just want to fuck and I just want to tear shit up. Right? He's one of those. Oh, sex might be bad with you.
What about Quarantillo?
Oh my god, he's like he looks like he like goes like volunteering at the local shelter and shit. He looks so unassuming. He
reminds me of Edward Norton's character in Fight Club, just like the skinny white dude.
Yes, yes.
You're like an insurance agent or something.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yes.
But again, also a psychopath.
I know, badass motherfucker. Like, goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good fight. Crazy ass fight though.
On to the main event. Tyron Woodley did absolutely fucking nothing for 25 minutes. I should have started like that. Gilbert Burns did amazing. He did everything right. Very smart guy, very determined guy, obviously. But the fact that Woodley did like nothing, it's hard to give Gilbert Burns all the credit. Like I hate saying that because, again, phenomenal performance, but I don't know. I just don't get what's up with Tyron.
That was amazing. It looked like I don't know. I don't want to like take it away from Burns. To me, it just seemed like every time I see him, he's like improving. And this just like I don't see a ceiling with him. Not yet.
You know what? I'll take it back with Burns because I say that, and we saw the Izzy Romero fight from a few months ago. Romero did nothing, and Izzy did nothing. So it could have been easy for Burns to just be scared and be like, oh, shit, well, he's not going to do anything. I'm just going to chill. I'm going to just lay back. But he didn't. He took it to him, and it seemed like the more complacent he was, the more he fucked him up.
Oh, yeah. Like, I think he could have just played his game. but he kept us standing. He was cutting off the cage. He was leg kicking the shit out of him. I'm like, oh my God, all that power. His hands too. I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing. I had no idea. I don't think, no, he didn't win not even 1 minute of that fight.
No, it was a what? It basically ended up being a unanimous 50-44 decision because the first round was for sure 10-8, and
He was just looking for that power hand. He seemed so lost from the beginning because Burns didn't give him no respect. Fucking amazing.
Of course, we all know and respect Tyron's incredible power, but he's also an incredible wrestler and a legit black belt in jiu-jitsu. And I don't think he should have gone to the ground with Burns. Don't get me wrong. He shouldn't have tried to play footsies with him or nothing. That would have been dangerous. But still, to just use his wrestling, even if it was like a boring fight, just to like clinch him and wear him down, just something. But he just did not seem at all interested. And then when Burns would take him down, he just looked like a turtle. He just looked like I'm done. Like I don't want to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Like come on, man. Like he's not even a wrestler. I understand his jiu-jitsu is good, but he didn't have him too many tough spots. But he would just look like, yeah, this is too hard right now.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know. I guess he's number one now. He's the contender. He's possibly next. They're already talking about that.
Damn, fucking Leon Edwards, man. And it's funny because every time like people talk about welterweight, I never remember him ever at all.
That's sad. That's so sad. He's so good, and he's forgotten because he's not fighting as much. He's not fighting the right fighters, I guess. Burns has been on a tear ever since he's entered the welterweight division. This is his 4th fight. He's on like a 6-fight winning streak. And on top of that, he was grappling in between. So he's been working like nonstop.
Oh yeah, he did what? Like Sug? Like Submission Underground, Polaris, something?
Or something that the
Rumble?
UFC Fight Pass was.
Oh yes.
That tournament. I think he went up against 3 people in one night. He had all that going on too, and he's on a tear. He's like on a different level. He's on this like cloud right now. He has that confidence, like untouchable. This is gonna be interesting now, man. Because I mean, there's no deal with Jorge. I thought he would be next, but no, he's not next. Edwards isn't next. I think this is it. Burns and Usman. Then that's gonna be an interesting one.
And they're teammates, but
I know that's the wild part. I was like thinking it when I was watching. I was like, no, they're both trained under Henry Hooft, man.
But I don't know what Usman's feelings are so much, but I know Burns is like, hey, we trained, but this is for the belt. Fuck it.
Yeah. So, man, that's so badass. And they're both like working with the same coach, and you can see like their hands, the keeping it on the feet works. They got it together. Somehow they got it all together now.
I wonder how this would work out if this is what's going to happen, because it's easy somewhere like ATT or Jackson's that's such a big gym and have so many coaches, but I don't think Hooft's gym is that.
It's not that big.
And I don't know how many striking coaches there are, so it's like, I mean, you have to work your striking. Is Hooft actually going to do half the time with Burns and half the time Woodley? And how do you not divulge information? Like,
I think we train together in the same, almost the same body structure and everything. Like, I bet they've trained before. They know each other.
Yeah, I think especially probably in the run up to the Covington fight with Usman, Burns was probably like one of his main training partners too. Because say what you want about Covington, and of course he's a great wrestler and everything, but he's got some pretty underrated submissions too. And if Usman and Hooft are as smart as I think they are, I think they're like, hey, like, sure he's gonna try and wrestle you, and if he takes you down, he's probably gonna go for your back right away. I mean, you saw the Robbie Lawler fight; like he had him in trouble early on like that.
That's so crazy.
So Burns was probably like on his back all the time, like, all right, better not get in this.
Right? It's so crazy because Usman's a wrestler and his striking is like amazing. It's coming up under Henry. And then here's this guy, Jiu-Jitsu Ace. His striking is also coming up because of the same coach. It's like, what the fuck? How's this game plan going to pan out if they were to fight?
And are we just going to see, like, if this is the fight, are we just going to see, like, a replay of Usman and Covington where they're just going to kickbox the whole time because Burns respects Usman's wrestling and Usman doesn't want to fuck with Burns on the floor, so they'll just stay standing?
Oh, my God. That would be amazing.
Weird, huh? A wrestler and a jiu-jitsu guy kickboxing, and we're all psyched for it.
Dude, that would be amazing. Mm-hmm. So it's like turned up, like it's like Ben Askren and Damian Maya, but only amplified.
For sure, because they're in their prime, they're young. Yep. I guess just last thing, just on this. So what's next for Woodley? I'm under the impression that he just take it for his word. He needed money. I think he took this fight because he needed money, especially during a pandemic. A lot of people are stressed out. A lot of people don't know when their next paycheck's gonna come from. He just said, "Fuck it, I really need the money. I'll take it." Because obviously Burns is not even the guy he wanted to fight. He was gonna fight Edwards, and even originally he didn't want to fight Edwards. So he basically just said whoever. He just said yes to whoever, which is usually not his style. I mean, do you think he's just lost the drive? Do you think the celebrity and all that got to him?
Maybe it's his drive and his age, his injuries. He's had a lot of injuries.
That's right. Yeah. He's just such a tank. I guess you forget it.
Yeah.
You look at like Dominic Cruz, and obviously he's a very fit dude, but since he's kind of like skinny, it's like, oh yeah, of course that dude breaks his legs all the time. But you look at Woodley and you think the dude's made out of Kevlar and shit. It's like, oh no, that dude doesn't get hurt.
So I don't know what's next for him, but he's gonna be that gatekeeper, I guess, right? He's gonna be that name.
And remember, just a year ago, everyone was saying that he was the greatest welterweight ever.
Damn, it's so crazy. It's so wild.
This is why I don't fuck with that kind of talk, especially after a fight or two. And I wonder what Mama Woodley told him too, because man.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That's what I tweeted during the fight. Like, someone needs to put like, don't let Mama Woodley down. Like maybe he would have actually knocked his ass out, but no, I'm not on his team, so no, that didn't happen.
That's so funny.
All respects to Mama Woodley, man. She is the heart and soul of MMA. If it did have a heart and soul, she would be it.
Right? I wonder how she's doing.
Ooh.
I haven't heard from her. We haven't seen her.
I know. Making all the boys in the locker room cry, man. Angel. Yep. Anyway, that does it for the rewind. Let's get into the preview of UFC 250. First up on Fight Pass, because that's the thing. Alex Perez is going to fight Jussier Formiga. Yeah, I don't know. It's a really good fight. Don't get me wrong. I'm covering it is a good fight, but I think we're in the same place with flyweight as we were like a year ago, pre DJ leaving and all that. Because what's gonna happen? Like they're Benavidez and what's his name? Figueiredo are supposed to fight again, but what if he misses weight again? And what,
it's a mess. It's Henry's fault. Sorry. Tourette's.
Well, is it Henry's fault or is it TJ's fault?
Oh, now that you mention it.
I know that, he's been away for a while, but I don't think he's free of criticism here.
True. But still, Henry's messing around, trying to fight all these people, money fights, and
pussy whipped.
Yeah, and just delayed this fight. And then now we're going to see it again because he missed weight, It should have been Benavidez' night, but it wasn't. That's crazy.
And then to add on top of Benavidez' trouble with that fight, remember he got headbutted too.
Yes.
So even as a thing of Figueiredo made weight, had that fight played out exactly how it did, he got headbutted and then knocked out. You got to put that into consideration too. Even if it worked out the right way, it's still he got knocked out because of a headbutt.
But
kind of.
Yeah, but had he made weight, could he have moved the way he did that night? And there's so many different factors, so it's just, man. And yeah, it's affecting everybody else, it seems like, in the division, especially at the top. And these guys are quickly coming up.
Yeah, because I don't see any way how this wouldn't be a number one contenders fight right here. But who knows what it means now?
And then Moreno is coming back.
That's right. There's still
He's
Moreno.
been, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that train, he's still on a tear. He came back, he's like, fuck this, I'm gonna fuck shit up. I'm gonna mess this all up. He's doing just that. I'm glad he's back too, by the way.
Mexican taking everyone's job. Everyone tender status.
So yeah, Moreno's number 3. So yeah, it's getting interesting, man. Juicy's what, number 4?
You know what? I haven't even thought about this fight. Now that I'm looking at it right now, I'm like, I haven't even thought about who might win. So I'm just kind of just gonna go with like a wild card here. I'm just gonna say Perez. I love Formiga and I'm aware how good he is, but I don't know. Perez has been on a bit of a roll lately, and he's only lost to Benavidez, so I think he might be able to pull it off here.
Okay, I was thinking Juicy anyways. I'm just going with him.
Okay, fair enough.
He's had some like hard losses. It was, come on. Yeah, Benavidez and then Moreno. That's tough, man. So I think he'll redeem himself. He has to. He has to, or that's it, I think. He's getting up there, man. He's 35.
Yeah, we'll see. Especially in the lower weight classes, you know how that goes. Next up on the ESPN/ESPN Plus prelims, Chase Hooper is going to fight Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres.
I just realized they're both going to have like poofy hair. Oh, Ben Askren's son, long lost son.
I'm like, it's gonna be weird watching this fight because my hair is like no real. Well, Chase Hooper has nice hair, but mine's more on the Alex Caceres side because I still got the quarantine fro going on. It'll be interesting watching this one. I'm like, yeah, it'll be like me in there.
Yeah.
On a side note, I know we've kept talking about this, but just on a quick side note, I've been wanting to cut my hair for like at least a month now. Obviously, that hasn't really been a option. Although I know people on the black market, but I'll put that aside. Man, after all these protests and shit, nah, it might be another month till I cut my hair block. Who knows when that might be, man? Who knows when that might be?
Oh wait, I was thinking somebody else. Wait, he's fighting Chase Hooper? Oh shit!
Yeah, who did you think it was?
I was thinking somebody else. Who was I thinking of? The other kid, young kid. He's always eating M&Ms.
Yes, that's Chase Hooper.
Wait. Who?
Chase Hooper loves candy. He's like 18 years old.
Right? Okay. I got that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got the right one. Never mind. I was tripping for a minute. I was like, yeah, he's still undefeated, man. Ooh, a young kid. Is he even like of age? Right? He's 20. Right?
Yeah, he's like 20. Yeah. Yeah, I can't even drink yet. And I don't remember how old Caceres. I think he's like 34. He's been in the game for a while.
He is?
I think so.
Oh my god, he's 31?
31. Oh, so he's like close to my age. Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Well, remember too, he came from the backyard fights too. I don't know if he fought with Masvidal and Kimbo and them, but he used to be a backyard fighter too.
I didn't know he was that old. I didn't realize that. I thought he was young too.
Black don't crack.
That's got to be it.
Mm-hmm. But who you got in this one? I really like Hooper. I like Caceres too. Caceres surprises sometimes too. He has some real good performances, and I don't know. Hooper's pretty. You know what? I'm gonna go with Caceres just because I think he's due for one of those good performances. I don't think he's gonna shit the bed like he did with Kron Gracie.
Oh, that's a tough one. Just a name too. That's a lot of pressure. Hooper though, I'm not sure. He's so young. He's talented. I'll just go opposite.
Okay.
I'll just do that. I'll go opposite, and hopefully he'll get his M&Ms. I don't know why I was tripping for a minute there, but
fair enough. Main card, pay-per-view card. First up, Sean O'Malley is gonna fight Eddie Wineland. I'm starting to believe in O'Malley now. As I've said before, I don't know if I'll ever be a fan. He's definitely exciting, and he's definitely getting better. And I've always liked Eddie Wineland. He has a tendency to surprise sometimes too. So I feel kind of similar to this one as I did to the Caceres and Hooper fight. I think most days I would say Wineland, but I don't know. I think after O'Malley's last performance, I think there's something about him right now. I think he's gonna be hard to beat. So I think I'm gonna go with O'Malley.
Same. That big dick energy is real, man. Just the way he is.
You love him, huh?
He's such a character. Yeah, I dig him now, man. At first I was like, nah, I don't like this dude. He doesn't take this shit seriously. He's breaking every stigma, man. Like, he smokes weed. He fucking can fight. He doesn't give a shit. He has style. You know, he has swag. He's a character. I like him. He's only 25.
Yeah, I think again what I'd said before was that he was all flash and no substance. And now what he showed me in his last fight was he has very good vision. He has very good instincts and very good vision. And I thought that was one of those things that you couldn't really teach. So I think it's one of these things that he probably always had it. He just wanted to do flashy shit for the sake of doing flashy shit. So he didn't really put it all together. And I think his coaches probably just spoke to him like, hey, you can tone it down a notch and you'll probably be better for it. And yeah, that's what he did. And I think he's going to have some decent highlight reels. I think he's going to get beaten eventually, maybe sooner rather than later. But I think it's going to be pretty fun till he gets there.
Yeah. It seems like he has a chip on his shoulder because of these stupid suspensions, too. So that's probably motivating him as well. And he was actually grappling, too, when he was suspended. Did you know that he grappled against Hector Lombard?
No.
And Gilbert Melendez?
Jesus.
And Takanori Gomi?
Holy shit.
In one night. Yeah. He has all this confidence.
Those are all really good grapplers, too.
His only loss was to Hector Lombard. And goddamn, that guy's a fucking tank.
I mean, a judo Olympian.
Nah, so. Yeah, I believe in him. He's going to go far, I think.
Gotcha. So
he's a new age fighter, huh? That just I train MMA.
Yeah. He I think Joe Rogan has said that yeah, he has no background. He has no background, which is crazy because he's such a good striker. Usually, you think of the guy that everyone would go to. The I train MMA guy was Rory McDonald.
Oh yeah.
You know, but now it's like they're seeing MMA has evolved, and in a way maybe devolved to where they people see you don't have to do everything. It's good to know everything, but you need to find your own style. Not everyone can be GSP. Not everyone can be Rory McDonald. Like just do what feels most comfortable to you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Next up, Neil Magny's fighting our favorite Anthony Rocco Martin. Man, I don't know if we should stop shitting on Martin. He's done nothing wrong. It's just by association, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Well, maybe we should hop off that train. We'll see.
Well, it's not like people don't have we have plenty of people to hate on, so yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Brock Weaver's gonna get a little bit. So yeah, fuck that. Martin, you're cool. We're getting on Weaver now. Dog fighting asshole.
Oh god.
I will never say this to him. I'm still deathly afraid of him.
Right. Hey, can't throw a tomahawk at you or some shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
Anyway.
God damn it.
But man, Neil Magny, of course, we're giant fans of his, especially of his last performance. And I don't know. It's hard for me to see what Martin brings to the table here.
I know. I can't think of anything. Really, like Neil Magny he destroyed, was it Jiang Liang, right? That's who he fought last.
Yes,
Jing Lang.
Yep.
I'm so bad at these. Destroyed him. And he was suspended for how long? He was out for a while.
This is one of these fights that I think would have been appropriate like a year or two ago before he got suspended. And I wouldn't know. I'd be like, man, this is kind of like 50-50 because they're kind of similar. But yeah, what he showed against Jing Lang, like, man, he's never looked so good. And he looked angry too and focused. Like, man.
He's another one, I think, with a chip on his shoulders because of that bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
suspension, right? He's another one. So I mean, in Magny, we trust. I trust. Yeah, I'm gonna go Magny.
I think Magny was one of those. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Kind of similar to O'Malley. He had like it was some dubious circumstances, and it seemed by all accounts that he was most likely innocent, but they still gave him like a year or more, and I think he got hurt too. So yeah, just a bunch of a lot of talk lately about systemic racism. Maybe this goes down to Asada too.
Oh
maybe maybe
damn.
he's been the victim of this shit too, man. You never know.
Fuck. Open up all these cases again.
We're gonna start seeing all the black fighters that have tested positive. We need to exonerate all of them.
Huh.
That would be weird. It really does seem like that sometimes, though. It's like, man, this is bleeding into everything. Like, shit, no one's safe.
Yeah. It's been one, man.
It's crazy.
Like it's a movie.
Been wild out here, but obviously, all y'all know about that. Doesn't matter what part of the world you're on. We all know America's burning. We all know why. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, so basically, that's that. We both got Magny there, right?
Yeah.
Cool, fair.
Yep.
Next up, hell of a fight. I don't know how this is not the co-main event. Corey Sandhagen is fighting Aljamain Sterling. Oof. I'm a big Sandhagen fan. I don't like Sterling.
Yeah.
I have no idea here.
I don't either. Sterling's been looking good. Sandhagen's that one. He's another one's a come up fighter. Doing great. He's fought some good people, man. Good fighters.
There's like weird factors too that go into this fight to me that make it even more confusing because, okay, Sandhagen's clearly the better striker, but Sterling has basically just been focusing on volume as of late. And as good as a striker as Sandhagen is, I think Sterling just popping that jab and just being active can cause problems for Sandhagen. Mm-hmm. And also the fact that obviously Sandhagen is the bigger guy, but Sterling being such a good grappler, I think that could probably play to Sterling's advantage because, he doesn't have to work as hard for the takedown if he can take him down, obviously.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be pretty even. I don't know. I think Cody is taller. Other than that, they're pretty even, man.
And I want to say that Sterling's got some crazy reach too. So I think even if Sandhagen is taller, Sterling's probably match. Maybe even have better reach than him.
Actually, not much. Only a
really?
1 inch difference.
Who's got the reach? Sandhagen?
No, Sterling does. He's shorter and got the reach. So.
Oh, well, yeah, that counts for a lot. Damn.
Yeah. So.
Okay, looking at these factors now, I should pick Sterling, but I'm not. I'm going with Sandhagen. I'm just marking out on this one.
Okay, at least you can admit to it. I'm gonna go with Sterling. He's one of those too. Chip on his shoulders. He's been waiting for a title shot. Mm-hmm. And now he has to fight Sandhagen.
Bad motherfucker.
It's going to be a tough one, but I think he's going to edge this one out because he wants that belt. He's so close.
You know what? I'm going to go with Sandhagen based on this. This will be my official pick. I'm going with Sandhagen based on the fact that when Sterling's been close to a title shot, he always gets fucked over. So I think Sandhagen's going to take it to him because of that, because it's not meant for him right now. Because it never is for some reason.
That would suck, because I want to see, like, Yan and Sterling.
Well, that's if Yan gets past Aldo, which he should, but you never fucking know.
Who knows with Aldo? Maybe he'll want to start leg kicking. I don't know.
Nah, he won't. I think those days are over.
Yeah?
I think people really should look at Jose Aldo the way they look at Floyd Mayweather. If you're in, 2010, 2012 watching Floyd Mayweather fight and you think that he was going to be Pretty Boy Floyd from 1999, fucking 2005, nah, that dude's long gone. He's no longer that exciting, knockout artist. He's technical and he does the bare minimum.
Okay, I see.
And that's not saying that's a bad thing. It's just that's just how I see it.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
Co-main event. So co-main event. Rafael Sunsao is fighting Cody Garbrandt. Okay, so Cody Garbrandt's been over a year since he's fought. He's been knocked out 3 times in a row? Yes. twice by TJ and Munoz. I don't know.
I don't know either with this one.
We keep talking about chips on their shoulder. Sun Tzu's definitely been that guy. He was a Leon Edwards before Leon Edwards. He was the guy that was so good in the division that nobody wanted to fight, but nobody gave a shit for him fighting for the belt.
Yeah.
And had to fight so many goddamn people and finally lost and lost again. And now people kind of think that he ain't shit. And then Garbrandt, to this day, might have the greatest performance in MMA history ever against Dominic Cruz. And then he fucking fell off the rails.
Yep.
I will never understand that. The only person that comes close to that is Fabricio Verdum after he beat when he beat Kane. And I expected him to beat Kane, but even then it was still super impressive. But after that, fell off the rails.
I don't know with these two, man. They're so similar in their like descent, I guess, like from the top, you know?
The one good thing with Garbrandt is he's taken some time off, so his chin, his head has recovered, at least somewhat. I don't think he's going to be all chinny because he took time off. And then a Sun Tzu, I think he's as good as he's ever been, but he's also older. So in a way, Garbrandt's the younger fighter, has probably been rejuvenated, and the Sun Tzu is probably healthier, but he's getting older. So I don't know. I mean, even at that Sandhagen fight, it was still kind of close. He didn't get like shut out. It was a competitive fight. It was clear who lost or who won, I should say. But he didn't look that bad in that fight.
Right. Well, let me see. Do you think that beard will help Cody?
Is he rocking a beard now?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I haven't checked the embeddeds or countdowns or nothing. I haven't seen.
Yeah, like a huge, like full-on beard. So I had that question. And then, is he training with Mark Henry? Because he was in that alpha male for this camp, I don't think.
Damn, even he left after he tried to fucking beat Connor's ass because of TJ. Oh man, dude, come on.
Yeah, I thought he was out there because he was getting some kind of surgery done as well. So he had to travel from there because I think they're out in Jersey. From Jersey to Ohio because he needed to get some procedure done. But there's some kind of issue because of the pandemic. He couldn't get over and the fights were all delayed and something was going on. But I could have swore he was still under Mark Henry.
Yeah, Mark Henry's a weird one too, though, because like aside from Frankie and Marlon Moraes and Shukagan, like it seems like people kind of come in and out of his gym. Well, he's got Gadelia now too, and I don't know how long she's gonna stay around. She's had her issues too. Seems like people kind of just test out Mark Henry, but they don't stay with him too much. I don't know. He's a very good coach. Not taking anything away from him, but I always forget who's on his roster because people seem to come and go.
Yeah. Man, lots of questions still. Shit, I should go with Cody, but he already left SAG. I don't like looking at all angles. Draw.
You know, I'm gonna go with the Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu's still pretty tough. I'm pretty sure Cody still got them hands, but I don't think we're gonna see like that defensive genius like we did with Cruz. And even if we did, Sun Tzu's smart and crazy enough to try and take him to the ground, and he's still a legit black belt. So I think he probably has more ways to win.
I'll go with Cody.
And if he knocks him out, I wouldn't be that surprised. I'd be kind of surprised, but not that surprised because maybe he is just chinny. Maybe we just hadn't figured that out yet.
They're both chinny. Sucks. Yeah, I'll just go Cody. Shit, fuck it. Gotcha. I don't know. You know, we'll just go opposite.
Gotcha.
Hopefully he fix some of his holes. He's not gonna go out there with his chin exposed.
Yeah, hopefully not even it's not even a technique thing, just to not be emotional. That's what's
that. Just get emotional and then right?
The feels cost him the title, the rematch. Yeah, the feels always got him, man.
Too funny.
Weirdly enough, though, he got in his fields with Dominic Cruz and beat his fucking ass. So, God knows.
Yeah. But real quick, yeah, somebody slid in my DMs. I'm not trying to expose anybody, but that's just so funny. Anyways.
What?
I got hit up in my Twitter DMs, which is interesting while we're like recording.
Well, right now?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna tell me off air. Well,
new follower probably hasn't really seen my content. It's gonna be interesting.
He's gonna hear this and he's gonna try and expose you for not being all, pro
like,
BLM or some shit.
Like, bitch, I hit you up. You're talking shit on the air. I think at least I didn't say your name.
Well, yeah, we'll see. Stay tuned.
I know, right? I'll report back.
Mm-hmm. Main event: Amanda Nunes, female GOAT, versus Felicia Spencer, my future wife. Oh man, I know people saying that this is gonna be a blowout, but I believe, maybe I want to believe, but I feel I believe in Felicia.
Your future wife. That's so
funny. Dude, that woman's amazing.
I've seen a lot of that this week. Like how cute she is. She's fine. She's hot as fuck.
I would see that a little bit when she was in Invicta, and I'm like, dude, I don't see it. I don't get it. And she fought Cyborg, and I'm like, oh my God, yes. Like, I don't know. I guess it was that whole Reen effect. Like, I don't give a shit if you win. Just fucking go out on your shield. And she did.
Huh. Yeah. I think a lot of people jumped on that wagon as soon as she, elbowed Chris and had that amazing performance with her. So, but yeah, did you hear this? That Amanda, she said something about having COVID?
Yes.
And
that wasn't confirmed, right? They didn't test positive, right? Like, did they even take the test?
They couldn't. Oh. And Nina too. I guess she went to the emergency room because she was worried about the baby. And she couldn't even get tested either, but she had a quarantine. Yeah, isn't that scary?
Wait, but they're here in Florida, right? I mean, they don't live in Brazil. I was gonna say Brazil, I would understand because I know they're getting flooded down there right now.
Mm-hmm. They mentioned some kind of like convention or something. They were at an event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when they got home, they were feeling good and noticed it. Scary, dude.
Yeah, I remember she was supposed to fight last month, the May card that was originally in Brazil and then got moved over here. And she's like, fuck that, I don't want to fight. And we thought that it was probably just because she was scared of COVID. And it's like, well, maybe she had a reason to be scared because she probably got it.
Scary. I'm just glad they're okay, especially Nina with carrying the baby.
And we didn't cover it on here. Well, I guess we could have done in the headlines, but just as a quick note, Ian Heinisch was supposed to fight. I forgot the guy's name, but he was supposed to fight on this weekend's card, and he got pulled because one of his cornermen tested positive for COVID. So, it's still going around, people. I know riots are the thing to talk about now, but that shit's still real, still out.
They relaxed on the protocols too, right? On the procedures.
Did they?
I thought they did.
I mean, they did. They probably weren't supposed to, but then again, they're under the Nevada Athletic Commission, so what's going on there?
Yeah, so that I gotta look into it more, but that's concerning. So if they change protocol, maybe they didn't test immediately and they were around other people. I mean, because the casinos are open now, right?
In Vegas, I don't know.
I still don't know. I think they opened up. There's like people flooding in right now. So I'm like, okay, this doesn't exist now. It's pretty creepy. So, but yeah.
Remember, Reen, this is a novel coronavirus. This shit is new. We got to deal with hundreds of years of racism now.
Oh God, yeah.
It's been unaddressed way too long. Supersedes the rest.
We've been through so much. But yeah, it says I'm looking at one right now. USA Today, best day ever. Gamblers flock to downtown Las Vegas on first night of casino reopenings.
Well, shit. Oh god. Well, now I see why the stock market's kind of doing some of the shit it's doing. Yeah, they're looking way too far ahead at bullshit. Anyway, that's nothing to do with anything. But yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so I wonder what's going on and how they're isolating and getting around because it's still out there, but Las Vegas is starting to pop off.
Yeah. I'm assuming and hoping that she was okay. The fact that they never got tested is, I guess, I don't know what she thinks. I would think that she didn't have it, especially if they did the right thing and isolated. Like, I don't know. I think she would have gone way sicker. But then I don't know. There's some people who say it's just like a mild flu and they didn't really feel much.
Yeah, they like felt symptoms for a couple of days and then they were okay. They didn't have to be hospitalized or anything. But
those instances are rare. But then again, these are world-class athletes, so maybe it's not too rare for them.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
definitely scary. But hoping, praying, and assuming that Amanda Nunes is safe and healthy. What do you think about this fight?
it's interesting. I don't know because the way she fought GDR, and I had questions about that, and I don't know if she'll be able to keep Felicia down. If Felicia were to close the distance or somehow, if they got on the ground, like how will she perform against Felicia? And Felicia's so tough. Yeah, Amanda can hit hard, but Felicia can take it, and that's her weight class.
And counterpoint, obviously Felicia's not the greatest striker, and she's going to try and take Amanda to the ground. Do you think if she does take Amanda to the ground that she'll be okay there? Because Felicia's a big girl. She knows how to use her weight.
I think so. Yeah. I think she can hold her own very well. Yeah.
Obviously, legit black belt since a very young age, but different being on the bottom than being on top.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I should go with the champ. I should, but Felicia, man, she's surprising. Like I'm gonna probably, yeah, I'm gonna pick Nunes and cheer for Spencer because it's a good fight all around.
I gotta mark out. I gotta do like what people on MMA Twitter do when Kendra Lust comes on the timeline. Gotta just make it seem like I have it going on. So I'm never gonna get Felicia Spencer if I pick her to lose here. So no, I'm going all out. She's gonna win by spectacular submission.
Cool. That would be badass if she did.
Jeez. Oh, so much shit has gone. Obviously, the world is fucking falling down around us. But as far as MMA, I guess, obviously, Gagey upset Ferguson, and that was crazy. But I think if Felicia upset Nunes, that might be even crazier.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, because Tony was definitely still is a great fighter, but he's not the GOAT. Nunes is. This will be, kind of like Tyson Douglas type shit in women's MMA.
God damn, that's a good fight. It's a good card.
It is. It was really weak like 2 weeks ago, but I guess enough people took the call. Should be good. And I've kind of noticed when people would do the short camp, they tend to have more exciting fights. Obviously, not the wisest thing, and they're taking more damage because they probably didn't prep correctly, but it's fun for the fans. That does it for the preview. Let's get into some headlines. Biggest story of the week, without a doubt, is Jon Jones. Sounds like he I don't know how. I don't think anything's official, but it sounds like he wants to leave the UFC. I don't think that'll ever happen. He basically called Dana's bluff and saying that he's not asking for a lot of money and that he should have just done it. And if he's not gonna respect him and give him some leeway, that he'd rather just leave.
What was he asking for? 15 million?
I've heard that number circulate, and I don't know why. I don't know if that's something he said, that's something Dana said, or that's something that's just been guessed about. I don't know. Because I know he's saying Deontay Wilder money. I know Deontay makes like 20, 25, 30 million. I think he said, like, I didn't even ask for like a quarter of that or something, but something in the millions, obviously. But 15 million to me, honestly, sounds kind of fair.
I thought so too.
But, you know how these percentages work out.
Yeah. So maybe they're worried, or maybe they thought that this wouldn't sell as good because Jones's performances and just Francis isn't well known. So maybe the Reyes rematch makes more sense money wise in UFC's pocket, of course, not the fighter's pocket.
Yeah, and then Dana's gonna do Dana. He's gonna say the shit that he always says, but you got to think about too. If we've had this conversation all the time. And what if the Fertittas were still in charge? Because Dana's not in charge of financing. And we all know Endeavor's, present situation financially. So maybe it's something out of his control, and he just has to say, "All right, fuck it." He's acting like a dick, so we're not gonna help him out. But at the end of the day, it's probably nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, like he's still gonna be under contract. Dana's not gonna let that shit go, because if you do it for one fighter. Yeah, you open the floodgates. You open that Pandora's box. He's not going to just do that. Unless you're like a fighter that nobody really knows about, right? We've seen that. Yeah, go ahead. You're no good to me. But if you're somebody that can generate revenue and you're still a champ and you're the GOAT, he's been, stating that you're the GOAT. There's no questions about it. It doesn't care with that little blemish that you have. It doesn't matter what you've done outside of the cage. You're the fucking GOAT. And your business partner will work it out. So he's been saying that lately, especially, with the media days going on this week, that, yeah, he's going to work with Jones. And I think it was Jackson. Yeah, Jackson said something like, yeah, I think Jones is going to work with Dana as well. They're just like really mad at each other. I don't think they're going to give up that relationship. I don't think it's going to really happen.
Yeah, because the thing is, his options aren't great. UFC is the only, I don't even want to say MMA promotion. It's basically the only sport around right now. Yeah, ONE's out there. Yeah, Titan is kind of out there, but obviously he's never going to join Titan, and ONE might have the money, quote unquote, but I doubt he's going to go to Singapore. I doubt he wants to go to Singapore. I really doubt he wants to live in Singapore.
Yeah. Because seriously, yeah, right? Because Jones has really fought in the States.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, he's fought in Canada, and that's it.
Yeah, he doesn't travel, right? Nope. So there's no way.
No, I mean, I know Misha's situation was different because she's not fighting. She's like a VP and stuff. But hey, I mean, she moved out there, and Jones would have the money to do that, but family and whatever, I'm sure he probably wouldn't want to. And plus, they really catch you with stuff in Singapore. The big daddy governments around everywhere because they got cameras on every corner. So can't be out giving alcohol to the homeless people, Jones.
Shit's funny. Yeah. So they're just beefing because what? Come on, man. The man moved an entire card for you because you got caught again. You popped again. He's bent over backwards for this guy. Dana's done so much trying to erase that blemish. Like this is just like a squabble between girlfriends or something.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what it is too. Maybe they do have the money. Maybe they'd even be willing to part with the money. But maybe it's Dana like, man, you have some fucking appreciation. I've saved your ass so many times.
Yeah, like I'm trying to save your legacy too. Like, why would you want to get knocked out by this dude? Like all that work I put in for you, and like you want to get knocked out by this dude? Are you crazy? You want to get hurt? That
Mm-hmm.
might be it too. Because that's not work. Oh, come on, man. Little legs, Jon Jones. How's he gonna take that power?
Well, Jones does have a good chin. He does, but I
It's
mean, I
Francis,
think Ngannou's fist is bigger than Jones' head.
right? Like, no. They'll kiss and make up soon.
Yeah, and to Dane, I really think he should just pay him too, because those videos circulated this week of Jones basically preventing looting and vandalism. Well, definitely vandalism. Who knows about the looting, and who knows how many thousands of dollars he may have saved by doing that. So out of appreciation, Dane, and maybe up his pay a little bit just for saving cities and taxpayers money, you know?
No, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, why not?
No, just all the bad shit he's ever done is just slowly canceling each other out. It's balancing. He don't need to get paid to do the right thing for once. Don't
Okay.
give him that much credit.
Okay, him taking away the spray paint from those little white boys, it at least takes away the fact that he went back to the car to get weed and not check on the lady. Doesn't take away the accident.
No.
But it takes away the fact that he came back for weed and money.
Yeah.
So brownie points.
Yes.
Baby steps.
Yeah. We gotta keep on working. Keep on doing more. Go out and train those kids. I don't know.
Don't put your daughters on blast.
Yes, but don't do that. That's another thing. You have that too, so you better do good. Like karma's watching.
I will say on that side note, I found it so fucking funny in that video. The first kid didn't really say much, but the second kid, it was clear. It was clear that he'd never been punished in his life for anything. And when he took this rape in camp from him, he just looked like that was his first time out ever. Like, oh, fuck, this big black guy's going to beat my ass. But I didn't even know who the fuck he was.
Right? I would be scared, dude.
Oh, that motherfucker was scared, man. That shit was so funny. Like, ah, oh, shit. I didn't think they were gonna. I thought they would have supported me in this bullshit. They're out here trying to check me and shit.
I don't know, especially the way he was dressed. I'm like, do you have a vest on? And
I'm gonna go home and play Xbox now. That shit ain't fun no more. Huh. Came to loot, not to fucking get lectured.
Goddamn kids. Kids with skateboards.
Yeah, those are the ones I'm looking at now, like on the streets, and I see them like, I see you, little fucker. I see you. I don't care if you're 12. I'll sock you up too.
God damn, dude. It's just. Did you see the clip with the girl walking out with the cheesecake in Seattle?
Yeah, it was a cheesecake factory, right?
Yes.
That shit was pristine, man. I was just more amazed, like, damn, how did you get it? Like, basically, it looked like the waitress just handed it to you.
Right? And nobody messed with you.
I thought it would have been, like, there would have been smudges here and there and a piece eaten off. Like, no, she got it, like, in pristine condition. I'm like, damn. So I guess you could eat it, so I'm not that mad about it. You know, it's not fucking shoes or headphones or something. Like, all right,
yeah. If you're hungry, like
you can feed your daughter, your parents, your brothers, your boyfriend, whatever. Like, okay,
yeah. That lady run out with the two lamps. Like, you really needed those lamps.
The thing that always makes me fun, I'm not even talking about this one in particular, it just always happens with riots. When people get plants, like potted plants, like why?
Just grab anything. Just grab it. Run. Grab what you can.
Plant. Like they're so bulky and heavy, dude. Like that's a chore at that point. It's not fun. But you'll take it anyway.
Yeah. The Planet Fitness was killing me though. Just taking the weights. I'm like, oh shit, that's brilliant. Actually, I'm like, okay.
You know what? Too, I will say this, and I'm not saying this because of anything against Planet. I didn't even know that they were taking weights, but it makes sense because you know what? As someone who's trying to get fit during quarantine and been trying to find certain workout gear, you can't find shit. The stores are fucking empty, man. So they don't have it. Got to get them from somewhere, man.
That and Big Five was closed down, at least up here, for the longest time. So you couldn't go to like a sporting goods store.
Over here, some Dick's Sporting Goods were open, but there's not that many around here. There's like one within like a 30-mile radius. So I mean, you really gotta go and go to it. And it was curbside pickup only, so it wasn't even a thing like, oh, I like this weight or I like this kettlebell or that. Like, there is no gear out there right now.
And I don't know, man. I can't go to gym. Yeah, I can't go to gym.
No, don't go to gym.
Don't go. Don't go.
I will go up there and I will stop you, Rain.
Dude, I thought it was wild that I got a text from one of the coaches. Like, where have you been?
Yeah, but
I'm
they're
still
wild.
in the pandemic, man.
But they're wild, man. Don't listen to them.
Oh my god. Irvin. Anyways.
Speaking of money issues, Dana saying that Fight Island is likely starting June 27th and that it's really fucking expensive. So maybe this is where the investment is going. And I guess Endeavor doesn't mind shelling out money here.
It's bullshit, man. Tim Sylvia, did you see that? Tim Sylvia's arm?
No, I did not. I heard about it, but I didn't see it.
It's so gross. Like, those screws are protruding from his arms.
Did he get stabbed? Or what happened?
It was a stab. It was from when he fought Frank Mir.
Yeah.
Broke his arm, right? So they had to attach it with screws. They had to fix that back, get it all together with screws. Like, I can't even talk about it right now because I imagine that shit just coming out of his skin. Look at the picture. It's gross.
Oh, this was a picture after the fight? This wasn't like...
No, it's now. It's recent. Like, that the screws are coming out and it needs repairing again. It's been so long. How long has it been since he's fought Frank Mir? Has it been over 10?
Like 15, 16 years.
Holy shit. So that damage, that needs to be repaired again. It's protruding out.
And how did that happen?
I think it's just over time. And that was that was repaired, 16, 17 years ago?
Just like wear and tear?
Wear and tear. Whatever doctor they used at the time. Who knows? But yeah, I saw that picture. I'm like, oh my God, that's disgusting. And he tried to get the UFC to help out. They're like, nope, that's your problem.
Damn.
So yeah, looking at this, I'm like, they have money to do this, but they can't help out Tim Sylvia. It was a procedure done by your doctors, the people that you selected. You should take care of the follow-up appointment. But no. So I guess that's what fighters have to worry about now. Like, make sure in their contract, if they have things like this later on in life, the procedure should be paid for. He says something like it's going to cost like $10,000. He's like, I don't know what to do.
Jesus.
So it's disgusting, dude. Walking around with screws protruding. The metal like popping off.
Especially if it's like some of the rumors that people are saying that it's Epstein's Island and shit. And
oh my God, really?
Well, yeah, those have been the rumors for a long time, but I don't know if that's people just trolling or there's actually something behind that. But it would make sense. I mean, homeboy's dead.
The ties and the
And then, but I've heard someone else say that it was like one of Richard Branson's islands, but honestly, who the fuck knows? Richard Branson's probably connected to Epstein too, so I don't fucking know.
Richard Branson? Is that the
Virgin? Yeah, Virgin. Yeah.
Virgin's going down too. They're not doing well.
I don't know the last time anybody owned anything of Virgin, so yeah. Because what is it? Airlines, right? They used to have a record store. Obviously, that's been done. And then phones, which
that one
I don't even know if they do those anymore.
Yeah, that one's sideways.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Is Richard Branson gonna go broke? That's a sad ass. Damn.
Yeah, I thought that was March or April when he was like announcing he's cutting back and whatnot.
I should look into that, especially now that I'm like looking at what's going down and stuff. Yeah, I should look into that. But anyway, yeah, that's the news. I guess it's happening soon. I wonder how much better those cards will be.
I don't know
if they'll be any better.
I don't know, because he's like, yeah, I was saying June 27th, but it might happen June 11th. So what are you talking about? When and where is this going to happen? I don't know. The planning with this, especially surrounding the pandemic and the things that are going on, who knows?
I wonder if there's wherever this island may be. I wonder if there's like people there. I mean, of course there has to be people there. There's someone that might work, but I wonder if there's like a large group of people and that shit gets looted. Better the fucking fight island gets fucking burned down, man. You never know.
Yeah, don't know, man.
We don't know what we're dealing with here. But then again, I don't know. One thing I haven't really looked into is supposedly, isn't it like the octagon actually supposed to be like on the beach? Isn't that what they've said? Like it's not even going to be like an actual arena.
That's
Like,
what I thought
outside?
too. Yeah, so I was like, okay, is there going to be a cover? How hot is it going to be?
I mean, they've done that before. Like if you go real, way back in the day, Bodog.
Yeah.
Jorge Masvidal, Chael Sonnen, Fedor, they all fought there, and I think they did that for a while in like Costa Rica on the beach.
It's an island. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. It might just rain all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm. That's the reason he didn't want to go to Hawaii for a long time. It's like, oh, we can do it at the stadium, but it's open. It's an open stadium, and what if it rains? That was always the thing. Like, what if it rains? What if it rains? Because it rains all the time in Hawaii.
Yeah. Don't know, man. It's so wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Last bit of headlines. Wanderlei Silva was hit by a car on his bike in Curitiba, Brazil. Looks like he has a fractured foot, and he got a few cuts and bruises on his face too. And apparently, this is the second time that happens too. So, I mean, I guess it's just par for the course in Brazil. But he did say that he was very thankful to have a helmet because he says that he thinks the helmet saved his life.
Yeah. And then I guess this guy actually helped him instead of the last one. It was just a hit and run.
Yeah, this is an issue, right? In Brazil, especially people on bikes, they just get hit.
Yeah.
May or may not die.
That's so wild. It happened to him twice. He has issues as it is. Maybe it's not a good thing to ride his bicycle anymore.
Well, remember, man, in MMA too with Aldo, I think when he was supposed to fight, I think he was supposed to fight Chad Mendes because they had been scheduled to fight a few times. He pulled out because he hurt his foot or his shin or something because he got in like a minor accident on a motorcycle and he like scraped his fucking shin or his foot or something really bad. And then this was kind of a different subject. Remember that guy, Raulian Paiva, got his girlfriend killed while she was riding in the backseat? Yeah. That was antagonizing. Those were fucking assholes that were trying to hurt him and his girl. But still, obviously, if you're in a bike or a motorcycle or a scooter or something, seems like you're in trouble.
Damn. Well, good luck, man, with all the troubles going down there.
Yeah, that's the thing too, right? He's in the hospital as the pandemic's going on, and it's real bad in Brazil. Yeah. Good luck exactly. Good luck to him. Thoughts and all that with you. Next up, we're gonna get into the matchup segment. First up, Carol Rosa is out. Julia Avila is now going to fight Gina Mazzani at a UFC event on June 13th, which I believe is still the Apex. We talked about this fight a few weeks ago, but now Carol Rosa is out. To be honest, I wasn't quite sure who she was, but I do know Gina Mazzani, and I think Avila can take this one, and I think it'll be fun.
Did Gina get booted and she came back?
I thought she did. Yeah, that's been happening a lot too, though. Yeah, I think you're right.
Cool. Well, good for her. She got another shot then. I like this fight better because, yeah, you're right. We didn't know that other gal. Mm-hmm. And do we know why she pulled out? Is it because of the visa issue?
You know what? You might be right. I don't know if I looked into that one, but yeah, I think that was one of those things because I think we talked about Maria Agapova too, and we're like, hey, they're not American, so how are they supposed to get in?
Mm-hmm. That's probably it.
Yeah. And then if she is Brazilian, I think Brazil's had a thing too with not trying to have people fly out or in or whatever.
I thought Trump closed the border. No travel from Brazil.
I didn't know if that was official. I know he had mentioned that. I know there's been something going on lately with China too, but I think it's gonna be like that for a while for obvious reasons. But shit, even the Chinese don't want to come right now. I wouldn't blame you. But next up, Livia Hinata Souza, former Invicta FC champ, is going to fight Ashley Yoder on August 15th at a to-be-determined location.
Cool. I like this fight too.
Yoder is one of those girls. She kind of reminds me of Cyphers in the way where she's like really underrated. She's really good, really scrappy. But Souza's something else too, man. And they're both really like crazy scrambly grapplers. This can be just like two lizards fighting, just going back and forth. It could be fun.
Lizards. I like that. Yep. Good call. So wait, that's August 15th? All right.
Yeah, so they're planning way in advance, which is rare for the UFC nowadays. So
Right. All right.
Next up, Carlos Esparza supposed to take on Marina Rodriguez on July 15th, which is supposed to be on Fight Island. And my God, do I think Carlos Esparza is going to get her ass beat.
I feel the same way.
And props to her. I mean, she's obviously on the come up. She beat Michelle Watterson last, and then she had that close fight with Grasso. But Marina, I think, is something else, man. I think that's the scariest girl in the division.
Yeah, she don't get pieced up.
It might look like the Joanna fight. I mean, I know she's kind of gotten better at her striking, but Marina is no joke. She kind of reminds me of? She kind of reminds me of like Cyborg a little bit. Like how vicious she is with her Muay Thai.
Right.
And kind of like similar body, like kind of lean and kind of long. Not like super yoked, but clearly ripped.
Right. Super strong. Yeah.
Her clinch.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see that one.
Same. This one's surprising, but it looks fun as hell. Kelvin Gastelum's supposed to be fighting Jack Hermanson on Fight Island at an event happening July 18th.
I thought Kelvin got popped again for weed. Was that just a troll job that I saw?
Probably, yeah.
I
think they've really let weed go with USADA and stuff. I mean, not let it go completely, but I don't think they're tripping on it.
Okay, because I'm like, God damn it, got caught again. Okay.
I wonder now if how much USADA's even testing right now.
Ooh, I read something. I guess USADA or whoever, they don't really go out overseas to test. So somebody said, because there was no names, but a fighter said that sometimes these guys go out to Thailand or whatever and train and do whatever they want. Yeah, come back.
All them coconuts.
Yep. So I was like, oh, that's interesting if it's true.
Yeah, I've heard people say that for years. Like, when you look at all the people that are most tested, it's like, yeah, they're all Americans.
Yeah, like
or the people that live in America.
There. No, the Americans go there.
No, but I'm saying like the people that they can have easy access to, the Holly Holmes, the Jon Jones, and the people that live here,
Yeah.
But Gustafson and fighters overseas, they don't get tested as often. And then if you go to especially somewhere as remote as Thailand, like they're probably not gonna want to waste the resources.
So they're out there doing whatever, and he's just like, I just want it to be fair. If we're gonna get tested, then make it fair. But yeah, I saw that floating around.
Okay. Another fight. Curtis Blades is gonna fight Alexander Volkov, headliner for an event June 20th. Location to be announced.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it wasn't am I wrong? But wasn't Blade supposed to fight Volkov? Isn't that when Greg Hardy replaced him? Am I tripping? Wasn't that the original fight?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think last year when Greg Hardy fought Volkov, I think originally it was supposed to be Blades.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, because they're saying this was rebooked, so.
Oh, okay, mate. Is that why I'm not excited? I'm like, okay.
Well, Volkov, man. People forget about him. But Blades, he's been looking great. I mean, knocked out Dos Santos. Let's see what he could do against Volkov.
He just can't get past Francis. That's the only guy.
Can't get past Francis or Or with female MMA fighters being thirsty on IG. I almost forgot about that, but now
Oh God, all these fights.
don't fuck it up for the rest of us, Blade. Sometimes we like it. Yes, Valerie Laredo may be a little bit dirty, but hey, she's got a great ass. Who cares?
Yeah, you can see it in Reddit. Just go to Reddit.
Nah, I'll stick with IG.
They got like, oh no, there's all kinds of videos of her. All the collections are there. You don't have to like go searching for it.
Oh, okay.
There's a thread. I looked it up. There's a thread.
Oh, send me links. Now I'm interested.
Okay. Because I was looking for that beef. I wasn't like, man, don't get it twisted. I wasn't like, looking for material for myself. I was trying to see where the beef started because I don't remember where the beef all started with Curtis and him attacking some of these fighters. So I just happened to like stumble upon it. And I was looking at it. I'm like, oh, you can just come here and just go through the catalog.
Ah, gotcha. And last but not least, on the headline segment, Rose Namajunas and Jessica Andrade, the rematch. It's happening again and is being targeted for July 11th. I believe this is also location to be announced, possibly Fight Island. So, I mean, we're supposed to see this last month. We're supposed to see it even as far back as April, I think. But, man, I'm kind of surprised that Rose is taking this.
Me too, because didn't she have 2 family members that passed away?
Yep.
Okay. Well, there's still some time.
I mean, by the time she gets back in the ring with Andrade again, it'd been, 14 months since she last fought?
Yeah.
I mean, she's young. I don't think ring rust would be the biggest issue for her, but to fight, again, the same woman after she slammed you on your fucking head and lost your belt, still crazy, man.
Yeah. I'll watch it. It's a good fight, but
You don't have a dog in this one, huh?
no.
Even though Andrade tried to kill her last time.
Oh my God, it's so horrific the way she.
Even though she made Claudia Gadelha all scared and saying that she's illegal and shit.
That's some bullshit, man. Now Angela Hill wants to fight her again, and Claudia's like, no, I don't want that smoke. No thanks. I don't want that rematch.
Man, we should have given her Player Hater of the Week this week because saw some of that. Claudia Gadelha sucks. Do something about it.
I know Angela's going hard.
And then that last one too.
So hater. You're gonna get the belt anyways, hater.
Oh, back onto our usual bullshit. So that does it for MMA. Let's get into our news story of the week. Headline is Russia urges U.S. to respect right to protest. There's really not much to dive into aside just from the irony of Vladimir Putin. Well, it's not Putin. It's one of his ministers saying this, but still. They've been paying attention and they're saying this shit ain't cool.
Right? Even them, they're like, no, bro, this is going too far. Like, you got Berlin talking shit to us. Italy.
Russia doesn't even believe in free speech, but they'll make sure to tell us that this is wrong.
God damn. Now them, like, Australia was marching, like, it's grabbed international attention, and then now Russia's in this mix too.
Hey, Mexico's fucking taking over right now, though, man, because there was just videos shortly before we went on air. They're straight up frying police officers.
That was a recent video? That was... Yes. Oh, I thought that was like a previous protest or something.
No, I'm pretty sure that was recent. Yeah, because it has to be recent because the reason that they're mad at the cops is because this guy, 30-year-old dude, got beaten to death by the police because he wasn't wearing his mask out in public. And, they lost their shit. Started burning cops with fucking hairspray and lighters,
Holy shit. Open. That was already bad as it is with corrupted cops, right?
Yeah, with the cartels and stuff. And then you got to wonder about that factor, too. What if the cartels get involved? Yeah.
That's scary, man.
Yeah, because it's happened in Guadalajara, I believe. And that's a big city. That's almost like if it were to happen here in, like Dallas or something.
This shit, man. The shit that's happening here is causing such a ripple effect.
It's the way of the world, though. This has been
Right?
building over for years. This is nothing new. It's just
It's out in
it
the
touched when
forefront.
I think it's that thing of everybody tries to copy America. I'm not saying they're doing this to copy us. It's just when we do something, sometimes it just grabs attention. And countries already had their own problems. They're like, fuck it, they're doing it. We should just go the same way.
Yo.
Mm-hmm.
Ay, ay, ay. At least we have fights.
We do have fights.
Like,
And we have Putin to always provide endless entertainment by, you know, appointing himself the head of an investigation and saying that he is not a suspect and doing shit like that, but still telling us, hey, respect free speech.
Cities
That's
are burning. Yeah, cities are burning, but we still got fights.
Yeah. And so long as my house remains unburned, you guys will continue to get this.
Right.
Yeah. Again, we're kind of gonna end this shit the way that it started. We don't know what the future holds, guys, and if any of you guys claim to know, you don't know shit. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what will happen a week from now. Nobody knows what will happen 6 months from now. I know we're still supposed to be kind of socially distant, but let's try and have some kind of solidarity with something. And let's not try and all kill each other. Guess that's all you can ask for in 2020 right now. I think we're going to leave that here for tonight. I want to thank you guys for listening. You can find me on Twitter at Juice_MMA. Green.
Fox with you on Instagram and Twitter.
And you can follow the podcast at iFoxWithJuice, also on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find us wherever podcasts are, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, SoundCloud. Everywhere podcasts are, you can find us. Thanks again for listening. Catch you all next week.
See ya.